Hey everyone, today we're recapping the Danger and Thunder crossover event and we're previewing the legendary Dudas.
Yeah, Carlin turns on the TV, Christian flips off the screen, cause there's no good children's shows that he's seen. We've got dogs with blogs, superheroes in the ER. All dads are dumb and kids have better PR. Carlin just smile, Christian sits with the scowl. He complains to his son, all the kids shall suck now. They sit and discuss the show's plus and minuses while you listen or watch on YouTube to the arguments. Who is right? Is it the son or the dad? Either way you get to laugh knowing Christian is mad. So pull up a chair, get the corner poppin'. Here's a new episode of What Are We Watching?
All right, everybody. Well, we are back from vacation at the What Are We Watching podcast. Thank you for joining us for the latest mini episode. Now we're going to recap our last episode in which we watched Danger and Thunder, the crossover event of the Thundermans and Henry Danger. Now, my son Carlin, my co-host, of course, loved this show because he loves the Thundermans. So do I. And he loves Henry Danger. I do not. Why don't I love Henry Danger? Well, a lot of it has to do with Captain Man. Why? Because his name is Captain Man. Enough said. I covered it in the podcast. But there was a lot of cool stuff about this crossover event, and there was a lot of dumb stuff about this crossover event. Again, Max has cemented himself as a villain. He is not a good guy, even though he's on the Thundermans, and they're supposed to be good guys. Max is decidedly a bad character. He's bad to his sister. He's bad to everybody around. And the other bad character of the show is definitely Henry Danger's sister. She's horrible. She's horrible to her dad, horrible to her brother, horrible to her friends, horrible to her neighbor who is trying to help her. She is a horrible person, not sympathetic at all. And it makes me loathe that show. Honestly, the way she talks to the dad in the show makes me want to reach through the TV all the way to Hollywood and strangle that girl. I know she's acting, but I really hate that girl. Okay. Now, we talked about the crossover event. It had a very cool villain, the toddler. Okay, cool is not a way to describe him, but he cracked us up, digging himself out of the ground. That really made us laugh. The fact that he asked Max if he wanted to change him. When Max said no, he said, good. Because I guess he likes to sit in a dirty diaper. I don't know. That character is very funny to us, and it cracked us up. The toddler is somebody that we loved and we would love to see again in some of the other episodes. Now, was the crossover event super cool? Yeah, it kind of was. You got to see the Thundermans use a little bit of their powers, although I'm not sure why they didn't use them at the beginning of the fight. I guess because they needed drama on the train. And you got to see Henry kind of fall in love with the girl from the Thundermans really quick. And you got to see them interact really well. It was great when they were in their luchador costumes and they were infiltrating the bad guys. It was all pretty cool. And I agree with my son. It was a pretty solid episode. Now, there were things I hated about, like I said, the girl, the sister of Henry Dangers, and Max turning heel on everyone being a bad guy. But that's okay. That was part of the storyline. The thing I really did appreciate was how the writers really nailed people texting and problematic texting in this episode. It was great. The girl that I hate, the sister, gets text neck because she's constantly in her devices too often. The moms at the playground are shown to be texting when a supervillain pops up out of the ground and scares away their children. They don't even notice because they're texting, and probably have wine in those sippy cups, by the way. I just thought that was really funny and witty and spot on today's culture on the writer's part. And hopefully we get to talk to some of them soon, because I would just like to give them a pat on the back for that one. All right, now when we recap episodes, we always like to say, would it have been better animated? And definitely this would have been better animated because they could have shown more superpowers. And I have to imagine there'd be a lot more flying, a lot more super hits, superhero landings, as Deadpool says. Oh, that's inappropriate, kids. Don't watch that movie. But there could be a lot more superpower shown if this were animated, and it would be easier to do that kind of thing. So would it be better animated? Almost always with superhero shows, yes, it would be better animated. You know what else would have made it better? If Mr. Thunderman, our pal Chris Tallman, that's been on the podcast, if he was in it more, because we love Chris. All right, now, next week, what are we watching? Well, we're watching The Legendary Dudas, Season 1, Episode 4. Now, this is a brand new show. We don't normally watch season 1s of shows. We like to pop in on season 2s after the show's been around for a while, but we do it every now and then. But what is season 1, episode 4 of The Legendary Dudas about? Well, it's episode titled King Sam Karate Kids. It says Sam impresses his classmates with his birthday party, and Tyler hopes to earn a spot on the talent show. Now, I have never seen this show before. I've just seen the promos, and I know it has two goofy brothers in the show, so I'm kind of looking forward to this one. My kids are looking forward to watching this one with me. So what you need to do is go below in the info below. I will have a link where you can watch season 1, episode 4 of Legendary Dudas. And once you watch this episode, then you join us next Wednesday at the What Are We Watching podcast, either on YouTube or at whatarewewatching.com or on iTunes. You can find us at whatarewewatching.com/iTunes. It'll take you right to our iTunes download page, and you check us out there. And when you watch the show and then listen to the episode, you tell us what you liked. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? What did my son Carlin get right or wrong? What did we nail? What did we miss? Is there something you'd love us to watch next time? Let us know, and when you leave a comment, you can get a prize, just like Skittle Rink D3? Skittle Rink D3. I don't know what that name is, sir, but Skittle Rink D3, you left us a comment last time that said you wanted us to see and watch Legendary Dudas. Well, guess what? We're watching it, man, and you just won a Nintendo DS gift card. That's right. You can now buy a new game with your Nintendo DS, and I haven't seen this show before, but you can probably buy a game that's better than the show. Oh, that's foreshadowing for a show I haven't even watched or rated yet. All right, so thank you, and we will be contacting you online, and you can get your Nintendo DS gift card. And like I said, everybody, if you leave us a comment on YouTube, on Libsyn, on whatarewewatching.com, you too can win a Nintendo DS gift card or an Amazon gift card. So watch Legendary Dudas. Check the link below. We'll try to find a place where you can watch it for free if you don't have cable. Season 1, episode 4, and we will see you next week with a live full episode. Thanks for checking out the What Are We Watching podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Click a thumbs up. We really appreciate it. And share the podcast on iTunes with your friends. Thanks, and we'll see you for the full episode next week.
This production is brought to you by the Plaid Dad Blog Podcast Network. For more information, visit us at plaiddadblog.com.